Ever get that feeling when you're trying to learn something new online, maybe especially something immersive like extended reality,
Oh, yeah.
and you're just drowning in information,
Right.
trying to find that one specific thing you need.
Absolutely. It's like digital overload, especially in these really complex learning environments. You want to learn fast, but you just get stuck searching.
Right. And well, finding the right resource, connecting the dots between different tools, it can be tough. Traditional help like FAQs or static tutorials.
They often just don't cut it, do they?
Yeah.
Especially when things are dynamic, changing based on what you're actually doing.
Exactly. Which brings us to our topic today. We're doing a deep dive into a new potential solution from EON Reality called EON Guide AI. Our mission here is pretty straightforward. Figure out what this AI system actually is and, why it might matter if you're involved in XR for learning or work.
And we're basing this on the information EON Reality put out themselves in their press release announcing it. Straight from the source.
Yep. So let's get right to it. What's the core problem EON Guide AI is trying to fix here?
Well, think about a big ecosystem like EON Realities. They've got tools for creating XR content, tools for exploring careers, even tools for entrepreneurs.
Okay.
And often these live on different platforms or in different parts of their system. The press release mentions this difficulty users have finding the right resources or connecting these different tools together.
Right. So you might be learning a skill in one app like EON NXR. Then you want to see, okay, what jobs use this skill? That might be in their Career Compass tool.
Exactly. Or maybe you get an idea for a business based on that skill, which involves yet another tool, perhaps the Entrepreneur Guide.
So the information's there, but linking it all up, navigating between it smoothly, that's the tricky part. The press release calls it a struggle to connect tools across platform.
Precisely. And like you said, the old help system, static pages, maybe a searchable database, they weren't built for that kind of dynamic cross-platform need. They give fixed answers.
They don't really follow you on your journey, do they?
Not really. The announcement notes these old systems fail to address the dynamic needs of users in such a well-sophisticated environment.
Okay, so enter EON Guide AI. The press release calls it a groundbreaking intelligent navigation and assistance system. Big words.
It's definitely positioned as a major step.
And the heart of it seems to be this character called Brainy.
Yes. And that's quite interesting. Brainy isn't just background code. It's described as a persistent photorealistic avatar. So an actual visual guide you interact with.
Like having a helper right there on screen with you. Well, less abstract than just, typing into a help box.
Makes it feel more like a companion, maybe. The press release calls Brainy an intelligent companion, powered by some serious tech.
Right. It mentions natural language processing, NLT.
That's key. It means Brainy should understand you when you talk or type normally, not just specific rigid commands.
Okay. And deep learning algorithms.
That's how it learns and gets smarter over time. It observes interactions, sees what works, what doesn't, and adapts.
And knowledge graphs. Sounds complex.
Think of it like a huge smart map of everything inside the EON Reality ecosystem. It understands how all the tools, resources, and concepts are connected. This lets Brainy provide relevant help because it sees the bigger picture.
So it connects the dots that users were struggling to connect before.
That's the idea. The press release emphasizes that Brainy learns, remembers, and understands individual user journeys, preferences, and goals across all those different EON platforms we mentioned: EON XR, Career Compass, Entrepreneur Guide.
Okay, so let's talk capabilities. What can Brainy actually do for you? The announcement lists a few things. First, seamless platform navigation.
Right. So instead of you having to manually figure out, okay, I need data from Career Compass, how do I get that into my EON and XR project? Brainy can potentially guide that transition much more smoothly.
Sort of anticipate where you need to go next based on your tasks.
Exactly, which leads to the next point, proactive assistance. It's not just waiting for you to ask for help.
So it might pop up with a suggestion like, hey, looks like you're working on X, maybe this resource would be helpful.
Precisely. Anticipating your needs based on your context and past actions. Trying to be one step ahead.
And how does it manage all this information flow securely? There's something called the Model Context Protocol, MCP.
Yeah, that sounds like the technical backbone. The press release describes it as ensuring secure and efficient data flow across platforms. Basically, it lets Brainy understand your context wherever you are in the EON world without compromising your data.
So consistent help, no matter the tool you're currently using, makes sense.
And it all comes together through natural interaction. You talk or type to Brainy conversationally, Ask questions, get recommendations, maybe even automate some simple tasks.
That sounds like a big shift from clicking through menus or searching help docs. Much more intuitive, potentially.
It's definitely aiming for a more fluid, less friction-filled experience.
So if we compare this to, say, the help system in typical software, it's quite different, isn't it?
Oh, very different. Traditional systems are usually static tutorials or FAQs. Brainy is this persistent AI avatar you talk to.
And traditional help has fixed info. Brainy learns and adapts to you.
Right. Old systems are often specific to one application. EON Guide AI aims for unified guidance across the whole EON ecosystem.
Plus, you usually have to actively search for help in old systems. Brainy offers proactive suggestions. It anticipates.
Huge difference.
Yeah.
And personalization in old systems is often generic. Brainy tailors itself to your specific progress and goals.
It remembers you from session to session.
Apparently, yes. It remembers interactions, preferences. Unlike traditional help, which usually forgets everything once you close the window, it has that context of your whole journey.
Okay, so let's ground this. What are some real-world examples? How might you actually use this?
Well, for students, imagine being in an XR simulation and getting stuck. Brainy could offer an instant explanation right there.
Instead of having to exit the simulation and look something up. Okay, I see that.
Or for professionals, maybe you're exploring career paths using Career Compass. Brainy could intelligently connect your goals to specific XR training modules you might need.
Making the link between career goals and the actual learning needed.
Exactly. For entrepreneurs, the press release mentions help with market research or even outlining business plans, presumably drawing on relevant data within the ecosystem.
And for developers using their coding tools.
Things like intelligent debugging help or finding the right documentation instantly based on the code you're actually writing. Contextual help.
So it's trying to be this helpful guide across a lot of different use cases within their world.
That seems to be the ambition. And they're looking ahead, too.
Oh, what's next for Brainy?
The announcement hints at future stuff like emotional intelligence, understanding user sentiment, maybe responding more empathetically.
Wow, okay.
Also, enhanced automation for more complex tasks, potentially building community by connecting users with similar interests.
Smart matchmaking for collaboration.
Possibly. And even predictive guidance, getting even better at anticipating needs before they arise.
So it's an evolving system, and briefly, the tech underneath it relies on AI models, machine learning, those knowledge graphs.
Right, the AI engine uses advanced models and those graphs, and they emphasize a security framework for data privacy. It's built on that foundation of NLP, deep learning, and understanding the connections within their data.
Got it. So the main takeaway here for you listening, EON Guide AI, with its avatar Brainy, is really aiming to simplify navigating the complex world of EON Reality's XR tools.
Yeah, the goal seems to be quicker access to information, less feeling overwhelmed, and more personalized guidance tailored to your specific learning or professional path in XR.
It wants to make the whole experience more intuitive and efficient. And if you want the nitty-gritty details, EON Reality has a full white paper, plus info on their website. They also mentioned an EON XR spoken blog.
Worth checking out if this sparks your interest.
Definitely. It really makes you think, though, as our digital tools get more and more complex, not just in XR, but everywhere, how might AI assistants like Brainy fundamentally change how we learn, how we work, how we interact with technology across the board? It feels like this kind of intelligent navigation could become much more common, right?
That's a fascinating thought. Are we moving towards a future where we expect this kind of AI guide in all our complex digital interactions?
Yeah.
It's definitely something to ponder.